My name is Stephen Nash. I'm a fourth year and I'm the chair of the Honor Committee. When we began our term in April, we made it our top priority to engage students, faculty, and community members about honor. We wanted to have a serious dialogue about what honor should be and where it currently is. We quickly realized what many before us had already figured out, that if we do not take serious action, honor would soon become irrelevant in the lives of many students. While many people expressed support for the ideals of honor, they simply were frustrated and lacked confidence in the system of honor. And when we began to administer our own system, we knew why. We saw a pattern that showed why honor in practice was not living up to its ideals.
I've been a counsel for most of my time at UVA, so I've been on a lot of cases working with both the people who report to honor and then the people who are reported to honor. And obviously after a few years, patterns emerge. And one of the patterns we see is that students who have clearly committed an honor offense basically fall into one of two categories. We start our investigation telling students that, of course, they're on their honor to be honest with us throughout the process. That's the point. And the first category of student I'm thinking of does just that. They're honest, and so they pretty much admit to having done something wrong.
As an honor advisor, I serve as the student's emotional and informational source during the process. Each case is unique, and every student has their own circumstances. But for me, the most difficult of cases is when a student comes in and admits to the act in question. They think they're doing the right thing by telling the truth, but I know that they've just eliminated any possibility for a strong defense at trial.
Honor trials are hard, and the hardest part, I think, is watching these honest students be constrained by their own honesty. No matter what side of the room you're sitting on, you look at them and know that because of their willingness to do the right thing, they're the ones in our system who are going to be found guilty.
As a trial chair, my job is to facilitate the jury deliberations without being an active participant. And when we have cases come through where a student has already admitted that they've done something wrong, they've been very cooperative and very honest. Unfortunately, in these cases, the jury deliberations are actually very clear-cut. And although the jurors are uncomfortable with making such a weighty decision, inevitably they will find the student guilty and ask them to leave the university.
The second type of student, who we unfortunately see more often, is the one who, again, knows he did something wrong, but in this case realizes that lying throughout our process frankly gives him the best chance of staying at the university, and that's what he wants to do. So he lies during his initial interview, he lies to his counsel, and then he lies to the jury at trial.
It's one thing when an innocent student is reported. The system works as it should, and they are ultimately found not guilty. It's different when a student comes in, knows that they have done something wrong, and realizes that their best chance at staying at the university is to lie in the face of overwhelming evidence. As an advisor, there is really nothing I can do with a system that encourages students to lie. As someone who supports honor, I'm frustrated because I know this is a flaw in the system.
I've been on cases where the testimony of the student flew in the face of overwhelming evidence. If I showed you the type of evidence I'm thinking of and told you that that student might be found not guilty, you might not even believe me. But the student remains resolute and denies any wrongdoing up through trial.
In some of the deliberations that I've seen as a trial chair, inexperienced jurors are unwilling to question the truthfulness of the student, even if what the student presents is completely contradictory to the evidence that was presented at the trial. These jurors have the best intentions, but their steadfast belief in the community of trust prevent them from suspecting that the student would lie. And so these jurors will look for any sort of reason they can to kind of exonerate the student and find the student not guilty, regardless of how improbable the reason may be.
The student who lies is more likely to re-enter the community of trust, while the student who does the right thing is asked to leave.
We know that there is no silver bullet or simple answer to these problems, but we strongly believe that an informed retraction and jury reform is our best shot at a holistic solution. An informed retraction would encourage honorable behavior within our process. It would give students an opportunity, once they have found out that they have been reported, to take responsibility for their actions, leave the university for a year, but then be able to come back and recommit to our community of trust. An informed retraction combined with jury reform fixes the broken incentive structure and troubling verdicts that you have just heard about. Jury reform empowers students to elect those of their peers to be highly trained and experienced jurors at any trial, whose only consideration should be and would be the pursuit of the truth. We believe this proposal will strengthen honor, protect the community of trust, and allow all of us to see the benefits of going to a school with such a strong honor code.